Hi everyone, Maria here. I hope this is working okay. The internet has been so bad at home. I'm sitting in my car up the street. I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about the new financial year, it being a new start. It might not be the start date for a lot of people, although those in business are always starting fresh in the new financial year. Today's the 2nd of July, and we're 6 months through the year. And I really made the intention at the start of this year to work towards helping as many women as I could. And I'm moving forward every day. I'm continuing to learn and to grow and to move and to do what I can. And part of that is reaching out and talking to you and trying to get my message across as to what it is that I do and how I can help. And I know I see women, I talk to women all the time about what's going on in their lives and where they're at, what's going on, how they're feeling. And there are so many that are struggling in some way. It may not be massive struggles. It may not be massive depression or sadness or anxiety. It may be that it is that. But it could just be I'm stressed out. Work sucks. I feel like I'm not happy. I don't know who I am. I don't know what's going on. I hear all the time women talking about their family and the stresses and the how can I say, hello beautiful lady, hello Melissa, hi Lee, I think is the other one on there, thanks for joining. Women who are feeling less than their best, I suppose, and when they feel that they're not giving the best to their kids or their partner or their job. Hi Lee. They feel like I watched a video yesterday actually, which was part of why I wanted to put this on, and it was a heap of mothers talking about how, every day, and I think this is women regardless of whether they have young kids or old kids or whatever, but they're in this cycle of I feel guilty, I'm not doing everything that I can, or I'm not doing it good enough, or everybody else can do it better than I can. I feel exhausted, I feel like I'm not giving them all of me. There are some they feel like they're being judged by others if they're not, giving everything that they can or doing all that they can. And there's just so much going on. We feel like we have to, do everything. We have to be full speed ahead, 20 hours out of the day to get everything done, to be doing everything and making sure everybody else is okay. But we tend to, as women, not stop and think about ourselves and think about our emotions as being a part of who we are and being something that we need to be on top of to really live our best life and to give our best self and to do the best that we can for everybody else around us. When you are happy, when you are content, when you are at peace with who you are, when you are confident, Melissa, that business is better, family's better, everything is better, when you feel in control of you. And when you've lost that, when you're struggling with all the fears and the doubts and the insecurities and the I'm not good enough, whether it's the frustration and I hate work and all of these other emotions that come up, you can lose sight of what's important. You can lose you being your best, living your best, and then everything falls by the wayside. And it tends to be that we put our emotional health last, and for me, I don't think it's anything to do with mental health. It's completely different. Personal development is part of your emotional health. Learning and reading and growing, they're all part of being your best with your emotional, your physical, your everything to do with your health. You know, and if I could use a metaphor, which I'm going to, whether you want me to or not, if you had a toothache, okay, would you say, oh, I'm just going to deal with it, I'm just going to cope with it, I'm just going to, you know, have to get used to it? You know, you would maybe for a day or two, but if that tooth kept aching, you know, you would eventually make the appointment to go to the dentist and have someone look at it. You know, I know dentists cost a fortune. I don't want to go. I don't want to waste my money on, you know, paying a dentist. But you would go. If that tooth ached so much, you would go. You would get it seen to. And if the dentist said, you know what, you need a root canal, otherwise I'm going to pull the tooth, well, then you make a decision. You either pull the tooth or you get the root canal. You know, there are so many people who pay amazing amounts of money to have, you know, the braces on their teeth. It's a decision that they've made, whether it is for reasons where they have to have that done because they won't be able to bite if they don't have it done, or whether, you know, they want to get rid of the gaps in their teeth. It is a decision that they've made to somehow make themselves, you know, feel better. So my question is, and something that I really want you to think about, if you have this frustration or anger or loneliness or guilt, mama guilt, you know, the sadness that I'm not good enough, the I'm not smart enough, you know, the feelings that you're struggling with, it's exactly the same as the pain that you have from that toothache. Do you just ignore it, or do you go and get it looked at? Do you get it pulled out? Do you get it healed? You know, your health, your emotional health, your physical health is part of that, because when your mind is so down, then you know, don't want to exercise, you don't want to do this, you don't want to eat properly, you'll sit and eat chocolate. You know, they're both intertwined. They're both together. You are one whole human being, and looking after yourself is the one thing that you need to do to get the best out of your life. And when you are living best, everyone else is as well. Happy mum, happy life, don't they say? But even for us, you know, people that don't have kids, we still are around people. We're still working with people. We still have nieces and nephews and mums and friends and everything else that we want to be, you know, spending time with, giving our best self to. And if you don't feel like you know, what's the point? You have one life, and you should live it feeling happy. And don't get me wrong, you know, no one is happy 100% of the time. That is not. But you can get to a place where you have a joy inside of you. You have a peace. You have a contentment that will get you through all the times where, you know, the struggle can be a bit harder than at other times. You know, you need to know that if you have an ache, if you have a pain, you do not have to push it down. You do not have to stay stuck with that. You can, as easily as making the decision to go to the dentist and get your tooth pulled, you can make a decision to heal your heart and soul, to heal your emotional sadness or the pain or the struggle. And whether it's, you know, frustration at the boss, feeling like you can't give your kids the best, or whether it's deep depression or sadness, every single one of these are issues that you can work through Creatrix. And, you know, there are thousands of videos out there now of women before and after who have made the decision to work on themselves. And this is what it is. It's personal development. It's therapy. It's counseling. It's modalities all mixed in. And the very, very best is what you're getting with Creatrix. It's helping you to tap into your own wisdom. You're healing yourself. Creatrix gave me my life back. Exactly, Melissa. You know, I can remember just quickly while, Melissa's made that comment, Melissa, when she first came to me, said, I feel like I'm in a straitjacket. I have no control. I feel like I'm constricted. And she was in so much pain. There was so much sadness in her being. And I was talking to a lady the other day in Oberon who is considering creatrix, and she said, you know what, I noticed the way that Melissa was walking up the street after she had her creatrix breakthrough. The way that she held herself, the way that she walked, the way that she spoke, the way that she interacted with people was different. And that comes from within. That comes from feeling good about yourself, feeling calm, feeling at peace, feeling self-worth and self-love can change everything about you, and it can change the way that people see you. They actually notice you, and they are drawn to you when you are feeling your best, when you're feeling, good about yourself. There is no, 100% happy all of the time, but you do not have to be in pain 100% of the time either. You do not have to be struggling. You don't have to be going around with fears and anxiety and stress and frustration and sadness or loneliness or any of these stuff. I could list 1,000 emotions that, you have one or some or all of. Do yourself a favor. Choose you. Choose to heal whatever it is that's going on with you. And I know for a lot of people there can be sadness, there can be grief. There can be grief about, the end of marriages, or not having children, or losing people that you love, or the fear of losing people. Okay? I have two very close family members having cancer treatment at the moment. So, I'm well aware of life, of the struggles that we have, of the things that we go through. However, when you are whole and complete in yourself, everything else is easier to deal with. It's not, you've let go of 50 layers of crap. You're just dealing with the now, and that makes it easier for you to deal with that as well. So, this next 6 months of this year, it can be the same as the last 6 months, or it can be better. It can be different. For me, I'm out there working towards helping as many women as I can. But I need, you to make the decision that you want to change your life. Whether that is your business, whether there's business blocks, whether there's mummy blocks, whether there's stress and depression and anxiety. It doesn't matter what it is if you want to live a better life. This one life that you have, it just takes a decision from you. Okay? You don't have to be strong for everybody else. You need to be strong for you. And then it is easy working with, not easy, but it's easier to be able to work with everybody else, to live, to accept, and to be in awareness of what's going on around you. Get you back, get you back. Be the person you were always meant to be. We were born to have peace, to have contentment, to have joy in our life, to live in a way that is in our best interest, instead of always struggling with emotional crap. And you know what? I don't care who you are. There's some kind of shit going on. Okay? Even with me, like I said, I have a couple of people going through cancer treatment right now. There is always something going on. And it just depends on how the weight of that is for you. How are you struggling, or are you completely fine and you're going along great? Is it a tiny little pain? Is it a great big toothache? Is that ache there every single day? Is it unbearable? Why would you live like that? Because if it was a toothache, you would definitely go to the dentist. You would find the money somehow to do whatever it was. If you had a kid who needed an operation, you always find the money. It has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the value you put on yourself. Hi, Lee. Going great, Maria. I have to go back to work. What? No way. You don't need to go to work. Love you. Yeah, what was I saying? It's the choices that we have. It's the value that we have on ourselves, whether we value, our health, our emotional health. We value that we're good enough, that we have a 100% right to put ourselves first, to be whole and complete. And you know what? If you knew what it felt like to be that, everyone would want to be that. Wouldn't they, Melissa? You're still on here. It's indescribable what it feels like to have the 50 layers, the 100 layers, the 1,000 layers of crap taken off your heart and soul, out of your mind, and you start fresh. So it makes life easier to deal with. And I want to help you to be your best you, whatever that is to you, because everybody's different. Everybody's in a different way on what they're feeling and where they're at and what they need help with. But you need to decide that you want to feel better about you. And I hope that you do, because life is so amazing. Just being in touch with you. I don't have I don't have mass amounts of money. I don't have, the most amazing love life or anything like that. It doesn't matter when you are whole and complete. Everything else is a bonus. So when you love you, when you have that peace and that inner wisdom and that strength and the courage and everything else, then life can be fulfilling. It can be, you can have contentment. You can have everything that you want without constant struggle or constant pain or constant fear, constant sadness. My hope, the reason why I do this, every single woman who comes through this, it gives me great joy to see them at the other end. The smile and the feeling that they have, the joy that they have, and it's even a physical, I see their change. And 2 years later, 3 years later, they're still telling me, oh my God, this happened the other day. And I know that I wouldn't have dealt with it back then. Life is different, ladies, when you get rid of all of the crap, all of, the 40 years or 50 years or however many years of stuff. Jane, hello. You can attest you've had creatrix. Jane is a transformologist like me. It's an incredible thing to help other women, and I have so much joy and pleasure in doing that, but seeing them change and everyone around them change, that I keep getting out here, and I want to bring awareness to where you are and what life could be like if you just say, yes, I'm going to put me first. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to live my life. I'm not going to be afraid of staying where I am and suppressing everything that's going on. Because you know what? When you say I'm coping, I'm dealing, I'm getting used to this new way of being, you're suppressing your emotions. You're adding more layers under the layers that are already there. Eventually, they get so heavy that you break. You literally break. And I don't want that for you. So I will leave it there. I've probably talked long enough. I have no idea. Reach out to have a confidential private chat about what this could mean for you. I hope I haven't rattled on too much. But yeah, know that if you are struggling, if you are feeling stuck, whether it's emotionally, whether it's with your work, whether there's procrastination and you just cannot get shit done, then there are blocks or fears or beliefs that are holding you back. So reach out and you can get rid of them. Pull that toothache. Okay, basically, similar thing. You're pulling out, you're releasing that emotional baggage or those beliefs that are going on that are holding you stuck. Don't put up with that shit. You deserve better. So, if you deserve better, you want better, you're ready for more, you want to live fully each day in the moment, then reach out, PM me, or I might leave my calendar in the messages in the comments below. But reach out. You know how to find me. Facebook isn't that hard. So I really, really look forward to helping more women to live their best life, to be their best self, to find peace and contentment and joy. That is my goal. That's my mission. That is what my heart, aches to do for everybody else. So I will leave it there, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.